Wing Chun is part of the Jeet Kune Do evolution. I think you have to have it to understand Jeet Kune Do. Well, without Yip Man, there would never been Bruce Lee. And without Bruce Lee, there would never been a Jeet Kune Do. So I think it's important to take the knowledge of the past and try to improve it. Those guys paved the way, and without them, we would not have reached the levels that we are now. Each pioneer adds to the knowledge that we have now. And I think that's why in the Asian society that they looked up to the instructors so much. I trained with other Wing Chun people because I really wanted to see how Wing Chun was taught. So I trained, I have 9 Wing Chun teachers. James Lee makes 8 and Bruce Lee makes 9. He was young, talented, wise for his age. At the Bruce Lee at that time period, might be a little bit on the cocky side at that time period. But he was definitely well-schooled and knowledge beyond his years. He had a high respect for Yip Man, but I was told because he wasn't pure Chinese that sometimes he didn't want to teach Bruce Lee in front of students, so he assigned William Chung and Wang Chung Leong to teach him. And then as time went on, when he came to the United States, he started to evolve on his own. But he had a high respect for Yip Man. There was definitely could see a love there. He knew there was a certain range where Wing Chun worked very effectively. And he knew there was a certain range that Wing Chun didn't work. He says Wing Chun works real well in a bathroom. So he says, if you have a space of a football field and there might be as many as 3 or 4 or 5 people, then maybe another structure might work. So he had a system that worked on the outside where he can sort of hit and go. He developed a system what he calls Qizao without touching. He started to put what worked for him, and that became the structure of his personal Jeet Kune Do. But Wing Chun is still the core. You still start with that. Okay, so the structure in the JKD, we learn to go against right versus right. We learn to go against left versus left, and right versus his left, and left versus right. So pretty much he's still, if he punches and I move, this is block. It's very much like the Wing Chun structure, 1, 2, and 3. So the basic is, this is 1. Okay? There's another one inside. Another one is 2 hits. Okay? One is split in because you move out. But you can move in any different range, and this is pretty much him. So usually, when he punches that hand, we hit. Okay, he shifts to the other side. You can do the same structure on that with the rear hand as you can the front hand. So if you can have one hand in, you can also do it with the rear hand. One hand in, one hand out. If you go in, you come out with the finger jab. On this side, you come out with the finger jab. Most of the techniques we're using, Chung Choi was mainly used for practice, but in reality, the finger jab was exclusively used. If you punch this way, he punches with the rear hand. The shot is already here, 2 and 3. All right? A lot of traditional stuff is like 1 and 2. And you trap the first barrier, trap the second barrier. But he goes across the center line and you 2. And I'll do it slowly. That's 1, it's 2, 3. The bridging is the thing that makes the difference in the JKD. A lot of the bridging is from here and 2. And a lot of chop toward gotchas, back to the back. This is pretty much what JKD structure changed. I have a Wing Chun teacher by the name of Sifu Francis Fong that has worked with me, and he comes in here regularly for the last 11 years giving us Wing Chun material. And I think it's knowing when that material is applicable and when it's not. But definitely it should be taught. That should be part of the education, the sensitivity you receive from Chizao. The trapping, I think, is very good. The short-range punching definitely should be taught, but I can't really agree that it would be the only system that you can use. But it could be a system that might throw a system out that's not used to that type of structure. I liked it, you know, and when you study something, sometimes you go away from it, and then you come back to it with new eyes. But definitely, I think it's a real great system. A lot of times when people see things like a lot of boxers ask me, said, well, nobody fights like this. Why are they doing this on a dummy? So that's a posture. It's a movement in time. It's a transitional movement. A lot of times, if I perform what we call a pak sao and the lop sao, sometimes he will trap my hand down like this. Okay? That's one way. And the other way is he'll trap it together. Now, this motion here is the third motion. When you teach, he'll turn or move in. Again, slow motion. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4. A lot of times you will see this. He'll put the foot like that. And people look at it and say, how do you spar with this? Kickboxer might look at that. This is for close quarter, and it's a movement in time. So when I trap his barrier and I come back, he'll come across, and you'll see that the knee, his foot will jam and closer over here. See over here, and back. Okay, so that's basically what the movement teaches. A lot of things in the dummy, and they have different meanings. And if you ask different teachers, they have different meanings. Like a good example. On the third one, they go 1, 2, and 1, 2, back and hit. Well, actually, all that is this is teaching you how to parry this way. But this one feeds the left hand like this, and you're firing. So I'll do this slowly. See how this one cuts? You move back. That's that motion here. But many people, they don't understand it because it's a dummy. And a dummy is just a training method in it, too.